it's not a. It's kind of an informal sort of catch up, really. Where we talk about. So
well, we go back a long way.
we do. So we're in the green room and we're talking to Matt Dyktynski, who I think I've known since the days of the Hyde Park Hotel.
Yes.
Which was my first.
Yeah.
Proper venue.
What
on
is
a
that?
Thursday.
20 years, something like that.
A good 20. Well, I'll tell you, it would be about 20 years.
20 years, and yet when I came in today, my name was still spelt wrong.
Yeah. Is it? What is it? Let me
was.
see it.
D-U.
No.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There. D-U-K.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, I know how to spell it.
I know you do, buddy.
T-Y-N-S, because you say it in your lines.
Yeah, but no, but we've known each other a long time. Yeah.
I remember when you first, because Matt was, still is, a good-looking guy that was an actor, was still an actor, and I remember you was in your 30s, coming down, and obviously the world at your feet, and you come over.
And look at me now.
But no, but Matt, you've achieved quite a lot, but you came over for. I think, am I wrong in saying you come over because you had a nice lady and there was a relationship going on and there was something going on? Because why would you come back?
Well, I went to the UK to kind of hopefully further the acting career, and that wasn't working. And so I thought, I might give stand up a go, and that's when I started sort of coming back to Australia, and then of course I moved back here.
How long did it take you? Because you're a professional. NIDA trained actor, aren't you?
That's right.
Right. So how long did it take you, with all those skills? Obviously, you can do everything: acting, you can do the voices. There's nothing you can't do. But most of us take so long to put 20 minutes together. How long did you get before you were good and you could put a string of an act
Well,
together?
I guess someone else has to answer that question. But the one thing I definitely was an advantage for me is, I guess, because of the training and whatnot, I was aware. I sort of had that kind of observer eye, and so when things went really badly wrong, which they did and still do occasionally, after I'd cried myself to sleep, I had the skills to kind of break it down and go, okay, what went wrong there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was probably through my experience in the other world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, I mean, I've got no idea about acting. I'd be the worst actor in the world. But that skill to be able to be sad or happy and just turn it on.
Yeah.
Because it's an act half the time, isn't it? Stand-up's an act.
Well, life's an act.
Yeah,
you know, you choose to put on a face when you get up in the morning, like, I don't really feel like doing this, and okay, I better be the confident guy, and that's the performance you do for that day.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll tell you what I haven't heard you do for a long time. Your Peter Parker spider stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That has,
I remember most of your stuff. Don't you worry.
Well,
I love the Peter Parker Institute stuff.
Oh, yes. We've got one more show tonight. I'll throw it in.
No, it's not an order. It's a polite request if you manage to get it in.
No, John, you said to me one of the best things that a promoter could tell a comedian, because I was going through that, oh, God, I haven't got much new stuff and blah, 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 blah. And you came in and asked me am I doing that bit about my mum and dad, right?
Yeah.
Which I've done for a long time. And I was like, oh, no, because I wanted to impress the other comedians in the room with new stuff. And you said to me, no, bullshit. You think the Eagles don't play Hotel California when they do? It's like,
right.
Do your best bit.
That's right.
It's
Always.
not about the people in the green room. It's about the people who are out there who've paid the money.
And how many people play to the back of the room? And I'll tell you what, it almost never works.
No.
I do not want to see 3 comedians laughing their fucking heads off. And an audience sitting there like, well, I'm not in this joke. I don't get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's sort of disrespect. And how many people? Again, so many times, good comedians have said, Johnny, they went on, and I know they've done really badly. They come off and go, oh, well, that didn't go so well. That was all new stuff. And I'm, man, that is why.
Yeah.
That's why it takes. A good comedian might be knocking out a minute a month or something. You're not knocking out 20 minutes a week. It's hard, isn't it?
It is hard, and of course, you're looking after these people who've paid their good money. It's not really the place for me to experiment.
No, I always have my priority has been and always will be the audience.
Yeah.
It's nice if a comedian and the group of comedians that are on are decent people and we have a laugh, and it really does help. Makes life more enjoyable. But to be blunt, I don't give a shit about the comedians. I don't mean that horribly.
No, I get it.
I just mean that we're all victims, or none of us are going to earn a penny without these
Yeah,
people paying their
absolutely.
hard-earned. They've had a shit week and they want to laugh. They don't care about your problems.
No, they don't.
You know,
They
you've
don't.
had how many times? I mean, I don't want to go too serious, but obviously I know your mum passed away relatively recently, and your mum was a character.
She
Wasn't
was a character.
You talk about her, but that was your mum.
It was.
That's not an
Mum,
exaggeration.
No, it's
In fact,
not.
it's probably a
No,
number.
I've toned it down.
Yeah, you've had to. I remember your mum. God almighty, she'd come to a lot of your shows.
She did. God. Jude.
She was a
God bless her.
good time girl.
Yeah.
She was lovely. Your mum. It's just so important to think about that. They've had a terrible.
Yeah.
Sometimes a terrible week, sometimes a good week, but regardless, they pay their money, and our job is to deliver a good night of laughter for them.
I feel that. I definitely feel that. Yeah. And maybe that's the sort of the acting training, but you do see times where it's clear that the comedians have been laughing about a bit in the green room, and that's fine. If it's 15 seconds, fine. But it's about them. Yeah. They got to have a good time.
That's right. First and foremost, Matt, you worked on the radio for quite a few years.
8 years,
didn't you?
yeah.
8 years. It's a pretty long tenure for radio. Radio is a pretty cruel.
I was grateful
mistress,
for that.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Normally you get about 18 months at most and gone anyway.
Yeah.
So you was on there a long time, but now you're doing your own thing now, aren't you? You're doing
the
of everything.
Life of an artist in this country, mate. I do a bit of support work. I do some role play with the cops. They're part of their training. Do gigs and whatever acting work I can get. That's the life. It's a gig economy.
Would you, with your many years of experience, have you ever had the desire to get on that stage? And we talked about new, but I'm saying to be a completely different person, like an aggressive, nasty comedian. Just like, because you could do it.
Yeah,
you've got the skills.
and I think that I really do consider myself an actor who's a stand-up comedian, and I definitely feel more comfortable when I'm putting on those characters on stage than being myself.
Right.
Really.
Okay.
I've just started a YouTube channel called Farkin History, Farkin History, and that's a character that I've got, and I feel like I could get on stage as that character and talk for 2 hours.
Yeah, right.
With that mask on.
Yeah.
But me going up there as Matt, I'd be looking at my watch, wanting to get off and get back home.
Well, I mean, I know you're I've never seen you do the Gong Show. You're too bloody. I don't know. Either are you too precious to do the? I mean, why don't you come up and do 3 minutes at the Gong Show and win some money? Or you think you're too? I don't mean that. I'm not being a smart ass.
No, sure.
But
it's never crossed my mind to come and do it.
But if you did come down, I'm just saying. Obviously, as an actor, you've got a skin like a rhinoceros. You could.
Well,
you're sensitive, Matt.
No,
I'm wrong.
Okay. That's right. The real kind of conundrum of being Matt Dyktynski, and I would suggest a lot of people, is that I am definitely an introvert trapped in an extrovert's body.
Yeah.
Like I am so needy and thin-skinned, but all I can do is perform.
Yeah.
That's the only skill that I've got. But there are times that it's torture for me.
Yeah.
But I have to do it.
Okay. All right. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that you would. I have this thing about comedians. When I was doing stand-up, and I was never any good. I mean, I was okay. You just sometimes get laughs. I wasn't the worst actor in the room, but I knew my level. I knew my capabilities.
Yeah.
But I used to always be a downtrodden sort of, under, what's that word? Low energy sort of
self-deprecating.
Right?
Yeah.
But I never wanted to be that person. But I got laughs when I was that person.
Yes, and I look at those comedians who. And I don't know what's going on in their private life. Maybe they're just like me and they have to go, okay, here goes. But on stage, it looks like they're bulletproof and that nothing affects them. And I wish I had more of that.
Yeah. Well, as you say, it's an act, isn't it? I remember listening to Billy Connolly talking about stand-up one time, and he said, this business is so, he said, when you've had to go on stage, you've got 5,000 people in audience in front of you. They've all paid that money, whatever the reason, and you've got to entertain them. And he said, but a relative might have passed away.
Yeah.
You just still got to get up there, and that's the hard thing.
That is,
to sort of fake it.
But it's an escape because for those 20 minutes or whatever, you don't have to think about your normal shitty life.
Do you still enjoy comedy, Matt?
I've rediscovered my love.
Well,
I
you
think
seem
like
like you
I think
have. I
like
mean, tonight, the last two performances I've seen, well, last time I saw you and this one as well, yeah, I thought, wow, you've really,
yeah. Well,
I mean, you've
thank
always
you.
been good, but it was like, I think probably you had the radio, the acting. You didn't need comedy, and now you're enjoying it
I
by the look of
am.
it.
I no, absolutely. And
Mm,
I'm super glad and thank you for saying
mm,
that's happened because that's how it feels. I
mm,
definitely went through a period, and I think everyone does.
mm,
Like I say, we go
mm,
back a long time,
mm,
doing it for 20 years now, and there are times where you think, "Oh God, am I
mm.
still doing this?"
Yeah,
But something shifted, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe I took myself a little less seriously
yeah.
and started to have a bit more fun out there
And it
again."
comes across
Yeah, I think
in the
so.
delivery and every way.
Yeah.
You definitely, as you know, there's times we all go through the motions in life. Whatever your job,
Mm.
you'll just turn up and phone it in, shall we say?
Yeah, sure.
But you're not doing that now. It's been good. No, as always, great to see you,
Great
Matt.
to see you,
And
buddy.
I'm glad you're doing well and nice. Mike, you've done an interview
The
already.
great
So
Mike G.
you're a Mike.
Good
Anyway,
on you,
thanks,
mate.
mate. As
Hey,
always,
pleasure.
pleasure,
Thank you
mate.
for having me.